What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video it is going to be somewhat a little bit different. Now I do apologise about the ads popping up here. I am going to start closing them and hopefully they'll stop popping up. I don't know about that, but I don't actually have an ad blocker. But in today's video we are going to be doing the ultimate dinosaur tier list from the Jurassic franchise. So as you can see, I've picked this tier list from the Jurassic franchise, which I believe has every single dinosaur that has appeared on screen. If it doesn't, do let me know. I pretty much see every single dinosaur I think I can see. So do let me know in the description or the comments down below if I did actually miss any dinosaur in this tier list. But we are going to start doing this tier list. Now let me rename what these tiers are going to be called, and we'll start beginning from there. So, as you can see on screen, we have changed it to amazing, loved it, it was okay, meh, and not the best. So this is based off their just mere appearance on screen, so what I thought of their appearance, of all of their scenes, if I can remember all of them obviously, and from then on we will decide what we do about that. Now I've just realised it doesn't have the Nasutoceratops on here from Battle at Big Rock. However, for the Nasutoceratops, it will definitely be in the Loved It section, and since the Allosaurus is in here as well, as you can see, we're actually going to take the Allosaurus, not just from Fallen Kingdom, but we're also going to use it for Battle at Big Rock as well. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So as you can see, our first competitor right here is the Allosaurus. Now in Fallen Kingdom, not much of the Allosaurus was shown. It was running past the gyrosphere, and then it got hit by an asteroid, or not an asteroid, what I'm on about, but it got hit by some debris from the volcano, and then we never saw anything of it until it was in the cage towards the end of the movie. However, when we saw Battle at Big Rock, oh my god, was it gorgeous. They definitely upgraded that Allosaurus to look incredible, and I really love the look of that Allosaurus. Now, based on those two appearances alone, not much was done in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but it was nice to see it. Some people thought it was a Suchomimus at first, but indeed it was an Allosaurus. Now, if we want to bring in Battle at Big Rock section, I would definitely say Battle at Big Rock is probably going to be one of my favourite scenes for the Allosaurus. It's not going to go into the amazing category, merely because I feel like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom kind of let it down, so we are going to just move it into the Loved It section. We're going to move it into the Loved It section simply because I loved it. You know, just watching it battle Big Rock and watching it square up to the Nasutoceratops, male and female, and also almost kill a baby, which was awesome. I really loved the appearance that we had for the Allosaurus in Battle of Big Rock. If it wasn't for Battle of Big Rock, I believe it would probably been down in the meh section, in my opinion. Now, next up we have the Jurassic Ankylosaurus. Now, it's not Jurassic period, but you know what I mean, Jurassic movie. But we see it here as the Jurassic World variant, but we are just going to include it in the whole Jurassic franchise. Now, I believe our first look at the Ankylosaurus was in Jurassic Park 3. If I am wrong, do correct me. But we saw it in the riverboat section, not the riverboat section. And in that riverboat scene, we got to see Parasaurolophus, Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus, and Brachiosaurus, and the Brachiosaurus was very ugly. But we also got to see our first look at the Ankylosaurus, where it was just walking down to the river, having a nice little drink, which I thought was really cool. It was nice to see a new dinosaur in the franchise. However, when it came to Jurassic World, oh my word, was it underappreciated. I mean, it gave off a really cool fight scene, I can't lie. It really was incredible to see the Ankylosaurus fight and even hit the gyrosphere. But to see it sadly die by the Indominus Rex was kind of heartbreaking. I feel like the Ankylosaurus could have had a lot more to its name. It could have done a lot more. So for that opinion, I'm going to move it into the It Was Okay section. This is merely because I feel like the Ankylosaurus did an incredible job for what we had on screen in Jurassic World. I felt like its appearance was amazing. It really was, in my opinion. I loved it. I really did. But I want to see it win a fight. You know, we've seen Stegosaurus win a fight, I believe. Well, actually, I don't know, actually. We haven't actually seen any herbivores pretty much win a fight. We should probably see that. But I want to see an Ankylosaurus win a fight because it's an armoured dinosaur. It's a dinosaur that most paleontologists don't even believe that could have been killed that easily. And to see it be killed very easily, admittedly by a hybrid, was a little bit upsetting. So that's why it's going to remain in the It Was Okay appearance. Next up, they picked a very, very sad picture for this, but the Apatosaurus. The Apatosaurus was a Jurassic World sauropod, and along with the Brachiosaur, obviously. But with Jurassic World sauropod being the Apatosaurus, it was our third sauropod we got to see after Brachiosaurus and Mamenchisaurus, and I believe it's our only third on-screen appearance for a sauropod, which is pretty cool. Hopefully we get to see it in Jurassic World Dominion. I've heard things about it, so spoiler alert for that, but I'm excited to say the least. But based on what we have now, from what we see, we get to see a very emotional, touching scene with the Apatosaurus. Sadly, they were all dying when the Indominus Rex broke out because it was just killing for sport. But nevertheless, seeing an Apatosaurus, even a baby Apatosaurus, was so cute in Jurassic World, and I don't think there's much to say about this besides it was very emotional to see the Apatosaurus dying, so sad, and Claire sort of changing her ways, she used to see them as objects and money income, and now she sort of sees them as actual living creatures. I believe it was a very good scene to have in the movie, and that's why I am going to put it in the loved it section. I know it seems a little bit too high for some people who are watching this, but personally I feel like it's what changed Claire to want to look after her family, to look after other things. So that's why for me I'm going to keep it in the loved it section, because I believe that scene was very emotional and very touching. Next up we have the lava swimming boy. We have the Baryonyx. Wow, what an introduction the Baryonyx had to the Jurassic franchise, to say the least. We had Franklin and Claire locked into the bunker alone, and they couldn't find a way out until they see a proximity alert, which Franklin was worried it was going to be the T-Rex. However, it wasn't. It was indeed, in fact, the Baryonyx. And we knew Baryonyx was in the original Jurassic Park through posters, but we never saw it on screen. And to see it firstly on screen in this sort of, I don't know, like a sewer-dwelling dinosaur, which probably would have been if it was today's sort of dinosaur, hence for the crocodiles. I believe that was a very good introduction to Baryonyx. Now, they kind of made it a little bit invincible, because let's be honest, lava, when it hits anything, it's going to go through it, and it kind of hit the skull of the Baryonyx, yet it still wanted to kill the humans. I feel like they kind of over-aggressified the dinosaur a bit too much, but nevertheless, it was a very gripping, it was on your seats, on the edge of your seat sort of scene that the Baryonyx made, and I know personally my mum was terrified from this scene. Don't ask me why, but my mum was definitely terrified when she watched this scene, because she thought Franklin was going to get killed. It was very on edge sort of scene, but because they kind of over-aggressified the dinosaur, I don't want to say that I loved it, but it was okay. So personally, I'm going to move into the it was okay section, because it was a great appearance. Well, first time seeing it was a great appearance. However, I feel like they kind of over-aggressified and kind of made the dinosaur look like it's invincible. No matter how much lava is going to be there, it still wants to kill humans. It just doesn't really make sense to me. Next up, we have the first ever dinosaur we saw in Jurassic Park. And sadly, that first ever dinosaur has passed away. Without a doubt, I don't even need to answer, but we are going to put the Brachiosaurus in the amazing section. The reason for it, just watch the movies and you'd understand. The first time we see a dinosaur, it was gorgeous. The death scene that we saw in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it was heartbreaking. The time where we see Lex and Tim feeding the Brachiosaurus with Alan Grant, it was adorable just to see how happy the Brachiosaurs were, with them singing with each other, and even Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, just watching it go past the Innovation Centre. In my opinion, all of the scenes for the Brachiosaurus were just incredible, and that's why it's definitely going to go down as one of the greatest dinosaurs in history, because of all of the popularization that people have had with this dinosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise and Jurassic World franchise. You can't fault it. In my opinion, I think it's gorgeous, and it will definitely remain one of the best dinosaurs. So we're going to keep it up there in the amazing section. I hope you guys do agree with that, because I definitely do. Next up, we have the bald dinosaur, the Carnotaurus. The Carnotaurus, wow, it had an appearance in the novel, but we're not talking about the novels. Had an appearance in the novel where it was camouflaged, and everybody wanted to see it on screen. We finally got to see it on screen in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where it took on a Spinosaurus, a T-Rex, and also a T-Rex again. And to mention Owen Grady as well. Again, this is what I mean by they're over-aggressifying the dinosaurs a bit too much. The Carnotaurus, it's a small theropod. You know, I don't think it would have taken on a Spinosaurus unless it had to. And considering that there's a bloody massive volcano erupting behind it, Why would it choose to fight? Why would it choose to fight Owen? Why would it choose to fight Asino? It didn't really choose to fight the Rex because the Rex killed it. But then towards the end of the movie, it tried to take some food from the Rex as well, and then got hit by the Rex. So I believe they kind of over-aggressified it and made it like a meme dinosaur, in my opinion. But it does look good. But because they over-aggressify it, I'm going to put it into the it was okay section. Again, because, you know, they can do more than make dinosaurs fight. We just want to see them roam about. Like, if they bring back any large theropod from the original movies, I don't want them to fight. I want them just to be observed, you know, make them look nice. Oh wow, Ceratosaurus is up next. I'm going to put it in the not the best. Don't get me wrong, I love the Ceratosaurus, but to only have less than a minute of it on screen just for it to smell poop and then walk away, not really much I can talk about the Ceratosaurus, so I'm going to put it in a not the best section, although I do love it, and hopefully in Dominion we get to see more Ceratosaurus in the movie. Fingers crossed, but from what we are going off in Jurassic Park 3, the scene we had with it is merely just not the best in my opinion. Now we have Compsognathus. Oh, the little compies. I do love compies. We're going to put it into Loved It section straight away, and here's why. Because of it killing, I think it was Diker? Is it Dieter? I always forget his name, I don't know why. But that scene where they were just chasing him down constantly was awesome. The scene where it pretended to be like a little bird wanting food from the little kid was awesome. Just seeing it like a statue in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was awesome. And they're just little cute little buggers, aren't they? They're like hopping around, jumping around, and even Jurassic World Evolution, they look awesome as well. Obviously, I'm going to put it into the amazing section because they could have done a little bit more with it, but because I believe it's quite a funny looking dinosaur, especially when it got zapped as well, when it was breathing heavily and then it was zapped and it make a squeal sound and it ran away. Because of that, I feel like I'm going to put it into Loved It section. It would have been more towards the it was okay than it was amazing. So it's between here, but just for the sake of it looking cute, we're going to put it into the Loved It section. Now, originally I thought this was Parasaurolophus, but then I realised there are Corythosaurs here. We are going to put Corythosaur into the not the best. You know why? Because we only saw it in Jurassic Park 3 running away. Again, we didn't get to see much of it, sadly enough. I do hope we get to see more of it in the future because it's definitely a gorgeous dinosaur to say the least. I really do love the look of it. Again, no hate to any of these dinosaurs. I love these dinosaurs. But based on the scenes that we get, I'm going to put it. It's definitely higher than the Ceratosaurus. It would have been more in the meh section. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it into the not the best section. Merely because we only got to saw it run away. And as you can see, can't even get a good still frame screenshot of it. So hopefully we get to see more of the Corythosaurs later down in the line. Now, Dilophosaurus. A dinosaur that loads of you guys really want to see in Dominion. We got to see a somewhat grown up version of it in 2015's Jurassic World in a hologram, but minus that scene, I don't think we got to see anything besides what we saw in Jurassic Park. Now, I'm going to put it into the Loved It section. It would have been so close to being in the Amazing section, but I'm going to put it into the Loved It section, and here's why. So, we get to see an awesome scene with it with Dennis Nedry, where it was taunting Dennis Nedry to see what he's like. What does he do? Does he hurt? Does he threaten? Does he do stuff like this? And the Dilophosaurus was trying to work things out. What does he do? Is he a big threat? But at the end of the day, the Dilophosaurus wanted to eat, and Nedry did not think it through. He wanted to eat, she wanted it to eat, sorry, and sadly it looked like Nedry was on the menu. And to see it taunt and attack Nedry the way it did, I think was truly awesome. However, one thing that always spooked me as a child and I never really understood is how the hell did the Dilophosaurus get into the car that quick? You know, yes, okay, fair enough, Nedry got venom into his eyes, or poison, whatever you want to call it, and he was blinded, but despite there being a little cutscene where there's sort of like moved camera angle, I don't see any way that the Dilophosaurus could have got into the car. You know, the other car door wasn't open. The only other door that was open was Nedry's, so he must have gone through Nedry's, but why would he go waste his time? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't really add up, and it kind of confuses me. That's why it kind of brings it down a little bit. However, other than that, I loved the Dilophosaurus. I generally thought it was awesome in my opinion. Next up, we have a Dimorphodon. Yes, it's not a dinosaur, it's a flying reptile. But for the Dimorphodon, I'm going to put it into the meh section. You know, and there's not really much to talk about. But besides, if it only had that scene where it was sort of communicating with the Indominus Rex, it would have been in the not the best section. But because we get to see it attack Owen Grady, I believe that it was probably one of the greatest flying reptiles that we get to see in the franchise, although there's only 2 of them. I believe it was really cool to see sort of attacking other guests and communicating, I wouldn't say communicating, but speaking towards the Indominus Rex, or more threatened towards the Indominus Rex. I believe it was really cool to see that, so we're going to put it into the meh section. Now, Gallimimus. Gallimimus is going to go into the it was okay section, merely because I believe seeing that scene of the Gallimimuses running about was incredible, and also in Jurassic World as well, where we get to see him running with the tour truck. I believe it was very reminiscent, because it was in the exact same area. So as you can see here in Hawaii, in this scene, there's actually a tour truck going down the exact same Gallimimus ridge, and I thought that was a nice little throwback in my opinion. However, I feel like we could have seen more of the Gallimimus, you know, just grazing. It doesn't always have to run, but we only get to see it running, either run away from the predator or run in just for fun. So in my opinion, it's going to go it was okay section, because we could have seen a lot more from it. Now, the Indominus Rex. The Indominus Rex. What is going to happen with the Indominus Rex? I'm actually very torn. Is it going to go into the loved it section, or is it going to go into the amazing section? I wish I made a section here saying I don't know. Because I think I'm going to put it into the loved it section. Mainly because I believe... I actually don't know, to be honest. I don't know. This is very tricky. Let's put it into amazing. Some of you guys are probably going to hate me for that, but we're putting it into amazing category because I think it was awesome. I know loads of people aren't thrilled about having hybrids and stuff like that, and some people didn't really like the Indominus Rex. But I personally I felt like it showed so much power and uniqueness to what a dinosaur could have been like if it evolved strong enough to become something like the Indominus Rex. And despite that the movie was only based around the Indominus Rex, it still didn't show too much of it until the movie went on. So they could have just shown everything like they did with the Spinosaurus, but they didn't. They just showed bit by bit of what the Indominus Rex can do. It starts off with the intelligence, then it starts off with the killing for sport, then it starts off with the communication. You know, it kind of builds in, you know, and it just makes the Indominus Rex really cool in my opinion. Also name dropped and skull dropped in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I do believe that it was an amazing creature, let's say that. But in my opinion, I felt like for what we had for Jurassic World, the Indominus Rex did a very good job. Next up, we have another hybrid, the Indoraptor. Now, the Indoraptor, I don't know. I love the design of it, but I think I'm gonna. Some people are gonna hate me, but I might actually put it into the meh section, because we were described with how well it can smell, its eyesight, its hearing, how incredible this creature actually is. Sorry for hitting my mic, but how incredible this creature actually is. But there's one scene that kind of throws all of that away. When they were in the little Lockwood Museum, Maisie, Owen and Claire, they were hiding literally underneath the Indoraptor's nose. But the Indoraptor didn't hear them, didn't see them, didn't smell them until a little bit later. And I kind of feel like that scene throws it all away. Not only that, but seeing the Indoraptor fight blue on the top, before that we get to see the sort of panoramic shot of the Triceratops fossil. I think it's another trike fossil, but we saw like a Triceratopsid fossil, and then it looked up and it kind of showed how the Indoraptors, I guess they tried to foreshadow, but it kind of showed how the Indoraptor was going to die. It wasn't the best foreshadowing, because it was like, oh well, that's gonna happen then. So yeah, I believe they could have done a lot more with the Indoraptor. It was cool, but then again, it was kind of cartoony. It was kind of more for children when the Indoraptor was playing around with Wheatley in the cage. So personally, I feel like they didn't really make it too serious, so I'm going to put it into the meh section. Now, next up, we also have the Brachiosaurus. Now, this dinosaur would have gone in the not the best section, as because it's only on screen for like no more than 15 seconds. But actually, I think I'm going to put it into the meh section. This is because not only did we only get to see it for 15 seconds, sadly enough, but we got to see the sheer size of it and the model where the motorbike went underneath it, and the camera angle was incredible just to show off the mere size of it. Now, based on that alone, I'm going to put it into the meh section, although it will pretty much be like this. Like, as you can see, the line is just under half of the image. That's how I would personally rank it. But yeah, I'm going to keep it into the meh section for now. Next up, we have the Mosasaurus. Again, an aquatic reptile, not a dinosaur as most people would say. But we are going to move it into the It Was Okay section. Do I actually want to put it into Loved It? Nah. Okay, I think, again, it'll be more like this. So the line is more into the It Was Okay section. So we'll keep it in the It Was Okay section because I feel like, again, the foreshadowing wasn't great in Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And as soon as you saw the Mosasaur, and then you saw where the Indominus Rex was fighting, you were like, well, that's going to happen, then we already know how it's going to die, and what do you know, it died that way. I don't know about you, but that's personally how I felt, like watching the movie for the first time. So I'm going to put it in the It Was Okay section, because we didn't get to see much of the creature. In Fallen Kingdom, it was awesome. That's why I'm tempted to put it up into Loved It section. Hopefully we get to see more of it in Dominion, but I'm going to keep it in the It Was Okay section, because I think Jurassic World, towards the end, kind of let it down. Like, it was nice to see a new expanse into the Jurassic franchise, to see aquatic reptiles, to see all of this, and it was cool to see the splash and killing the shark and everything like that. But sadly, because of the ending, the terrible foreshadowing, I'm going to put it in the It Was Okay section. Again, I would love to move up to Loved It. It would never go into meh, but I believe, just to be on the safe side, we'll put it in the It Was Okay section. Next up, we have Pachycephalosaurus. Pachycephalosaurus. Again, it was okay. I don't think we can speak much about it. Again, I'd probably bump it up to Loved It. It's in another universe. I would never bring it down to meh. But I'll put it in the It Was Okay section because of what we got to see in Jurassic Park 2, actually, where it was kind of being captured and it headbutted somebody outside the other side of the Jeep. And we also got to see it in Jurassic World, but sadly we didn't get to see too much of it. I want to see headbutt to headbutt. I want to see... I want to see it in the wild, and I want to see them headbutting, and then dinosaurs just watching them, or headbutting other dinosaurs, or trying to fight back, stuff like that. They can do so much more with the Pachycephalosaurus, but sadly they don't. Hopefully in Dominion it changes. Again, being very hopeful here. Sadly, at the moment, it's going to stay in the It Was Okay section. Now we have Parasaurolophus. But the dinosaur alone would go into the Loved It section. However, I don't personally believe the scenes in the movies support it to go into the Loved It section. It was there in Jurassic Park 1. It was gorgeous, one of the first dinosaurs we ever saw. But then we didn't really see too much of it after. We saw it in the Lost World, as you can see, being captured, which I thought was probably our best look at the Parasaurolophus. But sadly, it just showed the pain where it was dragged and thrown onto its face. And then in Jurassic Park 3, as you can see in this Corythosaur screenshot here, it was running with them. Then in Jurassic World, it was there. It was in loads of movies, but we just didn't get to see a glorified look of it. We didn't get to see too much of it. So I think I'm going to put it down into the meh section, because we just didn't get to see enough of it to make it look like a nice creature and what it can do, how fast it can run. Well, obviously how fast it can run, but how glorious of a dinosaur it is, how amazing it is. So I'm going to put it into the meh section for now, because potential was kind of ruined there. Next up, Pteranodon. We'll put it into the It Was Okay section, in my opinion. This is because, Jurassic Park 2 Pteranodon wasn't the best. Jurassic World kind of upped it a little bit. But I believe Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon cage scene, it speaks for itself. It would have been in the not the best towards mess section, but we're going to put it into the It Was Okay section, because Jurassic Park 3 cage scene definitely brought it up, and I loved that scene, honestly. Next up, we have Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus, I'm going to put it in the not the best section, because we kind of got it for comic relief, where it was licking Owen Grant, and then walked away from the lava, and then we got to see it fight a Carnotaur. I guess I'd put it into the mess section, but I don't know, something's telling me to put it into the not the best section, because we can see a lot more from the Triceratops. We don't have to see it for comedic relief. We don't have to see it for fighting another dinosaur. Like, this is one thing I hope the Jurassic franchise changes. We don't have to see a dinosaur versus dinosaur fight. Yes, it would be nice to see one or two in a movie, but we don't have to see every single dinosaur you bring into the shot where it has defensive remarks. We don't have to see it fight. So personally, it's going to go into the not the best section. Spinosaurus. Loads of you guys are going to call me a Spinosaurus fanboy, but I'm going to put it into the amazing section. To be honest, in my opinion, I feel like it speaks for itself. It showed that it was not a dinosaur, it was a hybridized dinosaur. It showed its anger, it showed its will to fight a T-Rex, although it probably would have lost it in real life. It showed its will to hunt down the humans that crashed a plane into it. It showed its will just to do all of this. It even swam to the boat. That boat scene was incredible. Personally, Jurassic Park 3 is definitely one of my favourite Jurassic Parks. I know loads of you guys probably going to leave a dislike for that. I do apologise, but that's my opinion. And I do believe that these scenes that we got to see of the Spinosaurus were merely incredible. I really loved it, and that's why I love Jurassic Park 3. We got to see new species of dinosaurs. We get to see awesome fight scenes. And we get to see a hybridized Spinosaurus chasing down humans for only crashing a plane into it. Look at that anger. I love it. And they didn't over-exaggerate it too much, you know. But personally, yes, they may have aggressified it a bit too much, as they usually do. But I believe it was kind of limited aggressification in this classification. Next up, we have the Stegosaurus. Straight up into the Loved It section. I believe the Lost World scene saved it. It was an incredible scene. Just watching it nurture and save its family. It was like watching a documentary of dinosaurs for that short 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And I believe that scene alone moved it into the Loved It section. We could have seen a lot more of it in Jurassic Park 3, yes. We could have seen a lot more in Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But I believe in the Jurassic Park 3... Jurassic Park 2 scene in the Lost World Redwoods, I believe that kind of brings it up into the Loved It section. Now we have Stinky Moloch. Stinky Moloch. What do I have to say about Stinky Moloch? Not much, to be honest. It was really good. It was okay. So I could bring it into the It Was Okay section. Actually, I'm going to do that. I was going to put it into Meh, but I feel like it was quite funny, you know. For the dinosaur, we get to see another sort of Pachycephalosaurid instead of the actual Pachycephalosaurus itself. I believe seeing the Stinky Moloch on scene kind of bump its head into the wall, into the pole, and then break down that wall to save Claire and Owen and headbutt everyone. That was definitely a funny scene. Even my dad bloody laughed at it. My dad doesn't laugh at anything, and he loved that scene. He carried on laughing about it. So, you know, they did a good job. So, just because we love the Stinky Moloch and because it's cute and because, you know, it was awesome and funny in the movie, we're going to put it into the It Was Okay section. Now the Triceratops. The Triceratops. I would put it into the Amazing section, but I don't know if it's on par to the ones we currently have in there. So I'm going to move it into the Loved It section. Merely because moving into the Loved It section, it could have had a lot more. Yes, I do complain about dinosaur fights, but tell me it wouldn't have been cool to see Triceratops versus T-Rex in the first movie. That'd have been awesome. Sadly, we didn't get to see too much of the Triceratops. Hopefully we do later down the lines, but in my opinion, from what we see, I'm going to put it into Loved It section because we just got to see a sick Triceratops. I feel like we could have seen a lot better. Alright, Tyrannosaurus Rex, without a doubt. Come on, the first movie sums it up. We're going to put it into the Amazing section, obviously, but yeah, the first movie actually sums it up, so I hope you guys agree with it. Likewise with the Velociraptor, I think all of the movies pretty much state why the Velociraptor deserves the Amazing spot, and yeah, I believe that is actually it now. That is my Jurassic Franchise dinosaur tier list. No explanation needed for the Rex and Velociraptor. You guys already know why. Jurassic Park 3 it was awesome, Jurassic Park 2 it was awesome, Jurassic Park it was awesome, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom it was awesome, Jurassic Park it was awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hopefully 6. All movies include these two lovely creatures that did incredible jobs. But this is my list. In the Amazing section, Brachiosaurus, Indominus Rex, Spinosaurus, T-Rex, and Velociraptor. Loved it. Was Allosaurus, Apatosaurus, Compsognathus, Dilophosaurus, Stegosaurus, and Triceratops. It was okay. Was Ankylosaurus, Baryonyx, Carnotaurus, Gallimimus, Mosasaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, Pteranodon, and Stinky Moloch. The Meh section was Dimorphodon, Indoraptor, Pachycephalosaurus and Parasaurolophus, and not the best section was Ceratosaurus, Corythosaurus and Sinoceratops. If there were any dinosaurs missed out from here, do let me know. Hopefully these are all the dinosaurs that will appear on screen. It does actually seem like a little bit too less. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, do let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to go do your own tier list and tweet this out to me, then you're more than welcome go to tiermaker.com and find the Jurassic Park movie dinosaurs section and go change it that way. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed today's content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye bye.